All right, I think we can go ahead and get started. I'm assuming that you guys know who we are, but we are an open virtual Discord community that we help UXers like you guys help to learn, connect, and grow in your career. And as you guys may have gotten to notice, there's people of all experiences, all interest levels who have joined IterateUX and are part of this community as well. We've hosted a ton of virtual meetups where you can pop and listen to a bunch of guest speakers where they can share their journey, their takeaways, their expertise. We also have design feedback, coffee chat sessions, and design challenges like this one. And let us know if there's anything also you guys think would be helpful for us to offer for you as well. We here at IterateUX, we're here to help you land your first UX job. So in terms of just introductions, my name is Jasmine. I just recently joined to help out the Design Challenges team. Also joined here by Ruben, who is the lead for the Design Challenges here at IterateUX. And then also, if you like what we do at IterateUX, we would definitely appreciate your support. You can send a donation on Coffee just to keep our services going. All of us here, we're volunteers at IterateUX, so every donation goes straight back to you guys. Any amount is greatly appreciated. So we are finally at day 3. We have Team 6 here presenting today and getting live feedback from Slater, who is a UX lead at Nutrient Ag Solutions. And thank you so much, Slater, for investing in the next generation of designers like this and providing your expertise. Also, just a little bit of housekeeping before we start. Please stay muted during the presentation unless you have, a question or a comment. And then, feel free to, of course, unmute yourself. But base would prefer if you guys would keep your audio turned off, just so that we don't have any distractions during the presentation. You guys can also drop your questions throughout the event in the chat box, and then join our Discord community. I think a lot of you guys are already part of that community. And in terms of recording, we'll be handling that on our side. We'll be making sure that those get posted on the YouTube channel afterwards. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to pass this off to Team 6, and then you guys can start with your presentation.
Great, thank you. All right.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
All right.
Yep.
Oh, okay, great.
Perfect.
Okay,
Ready?
Alan, we're ready.
Thank you, Amy. All right, hi, we're Team 6 in the Design Challenge, and we'd love to present our solution, which we've called Amazon Prime Merch. This is a new Prime Video feature which could add a human-centered revenue-generating opportunity without frustrating the users. We are a Canada-wide team spanning in 3 different time zones, with Amy in Vancouver, myself, Alan, in Calgary, and Hasti in Toronto. We used all the classic tools that you'd expect, plus ChatGPT to bring this project to life. So our selected prompt is to design a user experience that seamlessly integrates immersive storytelling elements and e-commerce functionalities within a video streaming platform such as Netflix or Amazon, where users can seamlessly transition from enjoying their favorite shows to discovering and purchasing products featured in scenes. How did we choose this? Well, all team members voted for their preference, and we unanimously chose the Entertainment Evolution prompt. We felt that this was a fun, trendy, and technical topic which would allow opportunities to use AI and was a feasible objective. Combining Amazon Prime with Amazon Prime Video seemed like a great way to meet this prompt. Amazon Prime has over 230 million members worldwide, and 80% of those subscribers use Prime Video service included in their membership. This creates a unique opportunity for new and innovative ways to explore user-friendly revenue-generating opportunities using the process of design thinking. So our objective is to apply design thinking to understand the current state of the video streaming industry, to discover user challenges and pain points, explore feature ideas based on our research, and to design and test a solution with real users. So, what are the steps of design thinking? We went through the 5 steps of design thinking to optimize our product to its fullest potential, helping us employ different tools and methods with each step to gain a better and more comprehensive understanding. I'll turn it over to Hasti now to explain how we engaged in the first 2 phases of the process.
Thank you, Alan. In the initial phase of design thinking, we began by empathizing to gain insight into our users and their needs. About Amazon Prime Video, we have studied Amazon Prime Video's services, revenue sources, and advertising model, helping us with strategic decision-making and potential implementation within Amazon Prime Video platform. We uncovered fascinating behavioral and consumption patterns among Amazon Prime users. 80% of Prime members watch Prime Video. 87% of TV viewers watch with the second screen in hand. They are multitaskers. 65% of TV viewers use secondary device to look up information and head to advertiser site. A T-commerce experience, a way of purchasing on TVs, would be expected in the future. Our target audience comprises engaged subset of Amazon Prime subscribers who are adept online shoppers and tech-savvy millennials, seamlessly transitioning through digital devices. They actively use streaming services and prioritize personalized purchasing and seamless user experience while watching TV, making them ideal candidates for our product. We analyzed 4 competitors, both direct and indirect: Netflix, YouTube, Disney+, and Tubi. In terms of understanding how well they integrate e-commerce features, we found that Amazon Prime Video has the potential to improve for merchandise discovery. When we compared Amazon Prime Video with its competitors in terms of SWOT analysis, we can identify Amazon Prime Video's strengths lie in its integration with the efficient Amazon website for fast shipping. However, its weakness is interface usability. There is an opportunity to enhance content discovery for greater user engagement, but it faces intense competition as well. What are viewers' perceptions of adding e-commerce to their streaming platform, and how feasible is it to sell themed merchandise based on their preferences? These are comments from Disney Plus discussing the opportunity to add e-commerce features to the streaming platform and their opinion. Why make them wait when you can order it as you watch the movie simultaneously? Would they unlock more value if they activate the stories with their media assets? Absolutely. Shoppable content is inevitable. Appreciate early access and exclusive deals. Our value proposition focuses on tangible and intangible benefits for both Prime users and the Prime service. By aligning with user needs, we differentiate ourselves from competitors and drive design decisions. For users, we offer a seamless shopping experience and non-intrusive product discovery. For the Prime service, we provide a new revenue stream and foster customer loyalty. We conducted a survey with 26 participants, including both Prime and non-Prime members, and asked 10 broad questions. Some of the topics we explored in the survey were demographics, frequency of streaming usage, ad tolerance, and preferences. Our quantitative findings revealed that 50% of participants felt their lifestyle was influenced by the shows they watched, and 60% agreed on sharing awesome things. Qualitatively, participants using the streaming platforms find ads annoying, especially when they lack control. Understanding user preferences and tolerance levels empowers us to make informed decisions. We conducted interviews with 2 Amazon member participants, exploring topics such as immersive viewing experience, product discovery, and purchase behavior, and the impact of new features on viewing experience. Our qualitative findings indicate that users feel features like X-ray on Amazon are unclear to them. Purchases are only considered when they find something particularly interesting or useful. Users desire only relevant content. These findings guide our platform improvements to better meet their needs. During the second phase of design thinking, we formed our problem statement. We synthesized our findings from primary and secondary research to create an empathy map focusing on users' thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. This process assists in creating personas and scenarios more effectively. Identified pain points for our target audience include annoying autoplay ads, dislike for excessive ads, new features lacking proper introduction, ineffective search feature, negative impact of streaming platform habits on lifestyle, lack of sharing awesome experiences. We developed two personas using our user-centered design approach, ensuring the success of our product by consistently referencing them throughout the design process. Meet Emily, a 35-year-old millennial and young mother who prioritizes the appropriateness of content and seeks to seamlessly explore and purchase related products. Meet Stuart, a 25-year-old Gen Z individual who values convenience and control, seeking seamless shopping and entertainment options. Utilize the user journey and scenario to better understand user interactions and needs, guiding us in our objective and user-centric approach. In Emily's user journey, she begins watching a new release on Amazon Prime Video, intrigued by a book related to the show. She searches the app for recommendation, but only finds options for videos and rentals. Feeling disappointed and overwhelmed, she decides to look for the book on other sites, but ultimately gives up due to the time and effort required. As a result, she finishes the movie without purchasing anything. As a team, we have determined that a focused problem statement powered by our research is crucial for guiding us through ideation and prototyping. Our statement is, Amazon Prime users need a way to seamlessly purchase items related to their favorite shows so that they can enjoy shopping without interrupting their viewing experience. So, the question we aim to address is, how might we help them to find product seen in the show in a seamless and efficient way, as the current process is time-consuming and interrupts their enjoyment? And I will turn it over to Alan to say how we did the third and fourth phases of design thinking.
Thanks, Asti. So in the ideate phase, we want to identify innovative solutions to the problem statement. We ran a Crazy Eights exercise by each sketching 8 ideas in 15 minutes. Each team member explained their ideas and we picked out common themes and listed popular functions. We used a voting system to place stars by the functions we felt would be best suited to address the problem statement. Based on the different preferences of our two personas and how they shop, we realized that some features would be more appealing to one persona than the other, but we felt that the features we chose still met the criteria of the problem statement. So with these personas in mind, we made a decision to explore two flows and then come back together and see what synergies and differences there were after testing. The team aimed for a live experience complementing the viewing experience with product recommendations on a personal device. The first idea was to create a mobile app buying experience suitable for Emily. Lo-fi wireframes were built to conceptualize main screen navigation, search items, purchase, and wish lists. We also wanted to explore the interaction between the Amazon Prime Video app on a TV and how features might be controlled seamlessly from a phone. The idea was that we would allow a user like Stuart to explore seamlessly on a separate device while watching, without interrupting others who were watching the show as well. We created basic wireframes incorporating elements of ideation concepts, introduction of a merch feature, off-to-the-side product suggestions, integration of merch, and AI image search when the show is paused, and how the merch feature could retain product suggestions from the viewing history. Not all ideas were used, but that's okay. Overall, user testing with a mid-fidelity prototype provided us with valuable insights that informed design decisions, drove iterative improvements, and ultimately contributed to the development of a more user-centered and effective final product. Next is to prototype and test our ideas and identify the best possible solution with real users. Through moderated user testing with 8 participants, we analyzed the effectiveness of our 2 flow prototypes and evaluated the usability of our solutions. We conducted tests to ensure that our new features provided a satisfying user experience, ultimately aiming to validate and improve our design decisions based on user feedback. By addressing open questions from our users, we gained insights into their interactions with our product, identified areas for improvement, and uncovered new potentials for our design. Our goal was to enhance our understanding of user needs, refine our product, and uncover opportunities to evolve our design to better meet the user expectations. We asked questions like, what do you think works particularly well and what could be improved? And is there anything specific you would more likely use in the product in the future? Some of the comments we got were, this is really clever. How did you come up with such an original idea? I think this is way better than showing ads. Ads annoy me. The purchasing process was a bit complicated, and I don't see the point of having a remote control on the phone. I already have one. But I like the remote control feature. I use my phone to control my music. Why can't I just do a one-click buy like on Amazon? Our task success rate, there was room for improvement. Only 33% of our participants actually completed the task, and there were errors. And so we learned a lot from watching our users attempt to complete the task. And this is why we do it. I'll now turn it over to Amy to explain the iterate phase and demonstrate the hi-fi prototype of our mobile app solution.
Iterate, revealing the insight and refine the problem because it's not a linear process. In this case, after conducting user testing, we gathered findings based on user feedback and task completion rates. These findings help us to identify pain points and specific areas of aspect of the product that users found frustrating, confusing, or problematic. This gives us the opportunity to iterate and redesign in the next phase, improving and moving forward to bring a new feature with user-centric approach. We designed information architecture where we aimed to address the majority of the issues encountered by the participants when navigating through our app quickly and efficiently while keeping the interface familiar. We started building the skeleton before implementing functionality, and to address the main task, we follow the existing logic of the app structure, the scenario, and the objective. Merge. We bring together goodbyes and merchandise for a memorable experience. At this point, and before to go forward to the high-fidelity prototype, we decide to design the name and the icon. We aim to make a remarkable first impression by introducing pioneering concept of e-commerce integration into streaming service, such as Amazon Prime Video. As a part of this endeavor, we plan to develop a unique icon and name, serving as a primary asset for marketing purpose and ensuring easy users identifications. So we have the Merch Mini, merchants that brand products and promotional items associated with Amazon, and Whitey Mug, practical item appealing to a wide audience and making it easy for users to identify and associate it with a merchant site feature. In our design system, we begin to developing the foundation components and proceed to craft the high-fidelity prototype. Taking in consideration Amazon Prime Video and the Amazon Prime Store site, we ensure a single navigation through the entire purchasing flow without losing Amazon Prime, the look and feel. And now we are presenting our prototype for the flow, discovering, browsing, and purchasing. So we have here our main screen. This is exactly as the Amazon Prime Video. So back to Emily, she is watching currently a show, a movie, Jurassic Park, and she is looking for, let's say, a book related with the show. So we go to store, and we have a new feature, Love Merch. This is a big day for us. The merch will show you a variety of items related with your show and engaging insights found in the store. Be Merch, a great companion. With the On-Screen tab, you simply blend into discovery and purchasing options with insightful features like X-ray. And here we have now on the store. The store is exactly as the app, so we're just going to look at for merch. In the same type of a store, rent or buy channels, we now have merch. So let's go directly to merch. And we are now in a merch screen. So in here, Emily can find a variety of items related with the movies that Amazon is currently showing. This interface is just very similar at the one is Amazon Prime website. So we go directly to merch to, let's say, the icon of on screen because she's looking for a particular items related with the show. So here we have here the X-ray mode, and we look for find items that we are looking for integrating AI, so where they can find items related to what she's looking for. We find here the book as a first option. Sorry, and here we have the details of the book. So the name, how much, rate, description, format options, about the author, etc. As well, she can go for search in the top for any other further search. We have a little tab here that it will show a wish list in case that she wants to think about for later, share, or views. This is as well something that is very familiar for them, and it's exactly as a Prime Video app. We go and decide to buy, and then we go to add to the cart. And then here, let's say go to the cart. And we have the details again. We need confirmation that she's agreed, how many items she wants to buy, the total, and she decides to confirm. We have one on the card. Let's next payment. So we have the payment options, delivering, arriving on the 17th, and paying with the MasterCard, save options. Confirm your order. Now we have to confirm your order. Same step as Amazon Prime site. Place your order. Order placed. Thanks. So we confirm that they're shopping, and we can continue shopping, or we can keep browsing from top picks for you. And here we're back to merch side again. Or if she finished shopping, she want to go back to her app, we can always go to home and continue watching showing here on the TV. I'm going back to the presentation. And just for conclusion, we are proud of our solution and truly believe this is a viable alternative to revenue generation for the vendor and seamless and enjoyable user experience using some innovative techniques and technology. Our learnings. During the UX challenge, we learned that collaborating with the team members for the first time brought us diverse perspective and expectation, which present challenge in the meetings everybody needs, while balancing other project constraints. For our next steps, the first step is to implement a project management techniques to effectively deal with constraints. Second, our team aims to integrate the two flows. Third, our first step will be conduct an additional usability test to get authentic picture of the user experience. Thank you to our mentor Vidal and IterateUX. We are now open for feedbacks. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for going through that. I'm going to ask you to go back to some slides, but I'm going to do some just general feedback at first, and then I'm just going to ask some questions. I really appreciate how clean these slides are and just kind of how you walked through every step and very clearly. So I never was questioning the problem statement or why am I looking at this slide? A lot of times when I interview people, they forget to mention certain things. And so you end up in a place where you're not sure why we're talking about the thing we're talking about. And I never had that moment in this deck. So I really appreciate the clarity. I think you did a really nice job at the personas and going through like why you picked them and how you changed them and things like that. Can we go back to those slides, the persona ones? How much time do I have for this review, just so I have my timer on?
It's slated for about 10 minutes, but then we only do have one team to present today, so it's fine if we go a little bit over. I'm assuming.
I want to be cognizant at least of a little bit, but thank you. Okay, so in the prototype you showed, I got a little confused about which persona this was for. So were you solving for both personas or just one?
We were going for the persona called Emily.
Okay.
Yes, the final product that we are designing it's for Emily, and we are going to design for a store in our next step, because they are two different personas. We cannot integrate them to just make them as one product.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So I love that you included quotes from your user tests. I love a good quote. I think that it really helps the business understand why you made the decisions you made. A lot of times I get questions like, why did you do this? And we'll say, well, a user said something like, and we'll try to pull it out of our heads. And it's always great to be like, oh, actually, this is exactly what they said. And a lot of times we'll put like a dash and we'll put like customer or employee, because we have a customer and employee side of our app. I don't know if that's necessary here, but it is something I was thinking about. I'm about to say this, but it is very distracting that your slides have different fonts on them. So you have like this monotype that has these like weird little spaces between the letters, and then you have this nice, what looks like maybe Arial or something that doesn't have that. And so like pick one or two typefaces. I noticed like maybe 3 different ones. I am saying that because everything else is quite good, and that was very distracting to me. So that's one thing that could really elevate this deck pretty quickly, is cutting down some typefaces. For the quantitative user tests, I love that you did those. I am curious as to the number. A lot of times when we report on quantitative, we'll actually say like, we talked to this many people in this region or in this area. And y'all said something about the percentage that liked something, but not necessarily the sample size.
I can tell you what that was. We had 26 respondents to our survey, and I think it's clear that we had 8 users actually testing the prototypes. But for the research, we managed to get 26 people, and some of them were in UK, and one was in Sweden, and some were in Canada. So we could have mentioned that, I guess. Yeah.
Always great to mention stuff like that. It makes the business or the person you're presenting to feel a little more involved in the process. Oh yeah, it's right there. I just missed it. Maybe I was writing a note. This is great. I also, hold on, let me look at my notes. Oh, I had a question about what is the difference between Amazon Prime and Prime users? There was a table and it said like Amazon Prime users and then just Prime users. And I'm sorry, I don't know which slide it was.
I think you are talking about the value proposition. Amy, could you?
Yes, this one. Value to Amazon service. Oh, okay.
Yeah. By Amazon Prime service, we are relying on business aspects, and by Prime users, we are relying on the humans.
Got it.
And the users.
Man, I read that so many times, and I just read user over and over, so I apologize.
Sorry. But yeah, we just, if you don't mind interjecting, we felt that this was kind of a push me pull you against the actual business and the user, right? Because the business has, you know, kind of requirements, and the user has requirements, and how are you going to satisfy both, right? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And that is my next question. And so what I would love as like acting like the business, that is what I'm doing, some sort of like, even if you made them up, like base them off of some report that Amazon has that's like they make X amount of money off of ads, and we project you would make X amount of money on placement, essentially. And that is why this value is more important than ad revenue or something like that. To kind of convince the business to stop doing ads, which is essentially one of the major things the users wanted from this report, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Or you could also do like, we could up our Prime membership fee and blah, 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 blah. Like there are ways you could make this make more money than ads.
Great.
Cool, okay.
And also with the large number of research that we did, we are making them sure that if they are just using our solution instead of advertisements, they are going to make more revenue than now.
And I would say that clearly. Like I would be like, you are going to make more money, Amazon.
And we had so many ideas here. One of them was to actually incentivize users to buy, that then if they bought more merchandise, then we'd take the ads off, right?
Yeah,
You know,
no, that's
so
great.
we didn't get to present all our ideas, but we had thousands of ideas about how we could do this so much better than ad revenue. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that idea. I like Instacart, whenever it's like you can buy this much more and get free delivery kind of stuff.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's great. Where am I at here? So let's go to the Crazy Eights. I love Crazy Eights. I'm so glad that you did Crazy Eights. I think it makes for a very good, not only visual like this, but also just kind of like, we thought of so many things. Look at how many things we thought of as it relates to, you know, being in an interview and being able to show that you are thinking in this way. I just love it. I just wanted to say that. Next one is the wireframes. Make these so much bigger. This is what I care about the most. Like I'm excited that we went through the research and all the stuff that it came to this point, but like triple the size, right? And one of my teams did this really cool thing that I've never seen anybody do, where they like used this slide size, but they made it longer and they scrolled down when they got to the next point. So they controlled what they were telling me. And you could do that here. So you could do 2 wireframes and then 2 below, and then you could scroll down and it would just be like another slide essentially, but you wouldn't be moving slides. So, because I want to like look at this and dig into it and figure out like what part of this made it to the hi-fi, right? And a lot of times that's what I'll stop and do in an interview is like go back and be like, okay, what did you change here? Like, what is one thing that you really were like, oh shoot, we got to change that because it really messed it up. And I know that you changed a lot, right? You had a fail rate that was pretty high. So what is one thing that y'all changed on this that made it better?
Yes. So I was very surprised. For me, it was a very like shocking discovery because we have so many ideas and things that we think that do works. And when we went to the testing, in here, we found many other pain points that we didn't see before, and then we have to take action. And because of the limited time, we just jump in directly to these main points. And yeah, it was a very good, actually very positive experience to find from the user their perspective.
Awesome.
One of the flows that we had actually interacted, if you go back a couple of slides, we had like interacting with what's on the TV with what's on the phone, but we decided that that wasn't the flow we were going to pursue because we felt it might be a bit too complex. But it was really interesting to watch the users say, oh, I see this is going on the TV and this is what's happening on my phone, and that they had like a remote control of the 2 devices. But we, like, again, with time's constrained, yeah, we couldn't do it all, right?
No, for sure. Yeah. And it reminds me a little bit of Roku, as it relates to my phone. Like my Roku controller broke, and so now I can only use my phone. But just a quick little critique on this, I would put that play and all that control in the thumb area. So I'd move it down. But I love this. I would love for someone to continue working on this part because it's just so interesting to me.
Could I counter that point for a minute, just
Go
for a second?
Please.
The reason I felt to put it at the top is because I didn't want anyone accidentally pressing it, at the
Yeah.
bottom, because you're going to be interacting with the phone, with the purchasing, with the products and browsing. So we were trying to push it out of the way so that, because we knew that they weren't going to be using it all the time. They were just occasionally to pause and so forth. And then we're also thinking about the environment where you might be watching with your family, and you don't want to be the one who accidentally presses pause. So that just that was my thought of putting it there rather than at the bottom. So it was actually intentional.
I love a great argument, and you convinced me. So I
Thank you.
think that it's always great to verbalize why you did a thing. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, my alarm's going off. Okay, so I want to get to my real issue with this whole presentation. At the end here, we're talking about problem statement. As a user, I want to buy stuff in a show, and then you get to showing me it, and I buy a book that's about the show, and like written about Jurassic Park. And I love Jurassic Park. And so, like, why are we not showing like the motorcycle that he rides and I can buy a motorcycle, or the shirt that he wears? Like, why are we not showing the stuff actually in the show opposed to things about the show?
Honestly, it's going to be like that. We are just focusing on book as an example. By clicking on, if you can just check the screen, by clicking on find items, you are going to face just whatever products that it's existed in Amazon Prime related to your movie.
So I'm super stuck on this. So the problem statement is not matching the solution. The solution is completely different than the problem statement. And so change one, right? And I think this is a great solution. It's just not a solution to the problem you gave me, which is I want to buy a thing in a show I'm watching. And I just don't know what to do with that. So that is something I would just update this to use something from the show.
Amy, could you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, go for it. Or me?
Yes.
No,
Yes. Yes. So in this case, as Hasi was mentioning, we just integrate the on screen where actually the where you're watching before, during, or after, we can just find the related items. We were thinking actually to customize this in a way and work with AI integration in a way that we suggest the items what you're looking for, because everybody's different. Personally, I'm the one who was thinking about the book and was my first thought, but everybody is different about the movie or looking for different items. But that's when AI come along and then help us to make to the app will show the right choices. But we didn't develop further the section of a screen. So that was my thought about it.
I see. Okay.
And can I add something else? Can you just move to the previous screen, Amy? No, the one related to on screen. Click on find item. Yeah. As you can see, there are t-shirt, books, different products. They are all related to the personalized options of that user. It could be various for each users, just like the Amazon Prime. When you open your just main page, you just come up with the related items to yours. So at the very first glance, we consider the related items, but they just always have the search there to look for anything that they are looking for.
And help me understand how this solves your problem statement. Can we go back to your problem statement? Sorry, I know that's one of your first slides.
You have to go.
Well, I think it's 18. Is it not?
No, I think 20 and something. It would be there.
Took us a long time to get to the problem statement.
Yes.
You cannot believe how many problem statements we wrote.
I do. I had two teams. Problem. So Amazon Prime users need a way to seamlessly purchase items related, I see, related to your favorite shows, not within your favorite shows. So I misremembered this problem statement.
It was in the prompt though, admittedly, Slater, sorry, it was in the problem in the prompt as well. So it was kind of a refocus of what the prompt was asking us. Yeah.
That's fine. I just didn't remember it correctly. So oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and we did remember we were talking about two different flows.
Yeah.
We concentrated more on the app flow. But the other flow that was interactive with the phone and the TV, it did exactly that. And so I think you were very astute to point that out, because we had explored the idea, but we had to make a choice, right?
Yeah.
Which way were we going to go?
So what I would say from just retroing this moment is I would make it clear that you picked a certain path. It might be that I've had a long day of talking to designers, but I would just like take a moment at the end of the deck and be like, remember, we had these two other things and we chose this path, just to be really clear. Because when you're interviewing, people are interviewing many people at a time, and a lot like me, like I've just talked about design all day today. So maybe that's a thing we can learn from this, but I appreciate you going back to this. I think y'all have done a very good job with your slides and just walking through the whole process of design. I think you should be very proud of what you've shown here. And thank you for letting me critique. I appreciate it.
We very much appreciate your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yes, great job, Team 6. And thank you so much for Slater, just for offering your expertise on this. I think with that said, I think we can go ahead and I'll go ahead and end the recording here.